How you doing, guys? Good evening. Is Dilip here, Dilip from Ireland. I would just like to speak few words on PTE Academic, that is speaking. I'm not expert on this. I given the exam last week with a little preparation. So just thought to share with you. I got 85 marks in speaking, which was very good. I didn't expect that much. I only needed 65, so which went well. So I just thought to share with you. So be with me for 5 minutes and it won't be long. Thank you so much. Just a background, I'm an accountant working in Accenture. I have no idea about PT Academic. I came to Ireland last 5 weeks ago on a work for Accenture for contract work. I have a small showroom in Baroda, Gujarat. This presentation is only a guide, so I hope this will not, what you can say, this will not take seriously. It's only a guide. So I'm sorry to say that, but please do not quote me as something official. It's just a purpose to help you guys. So I hope you understand that part. Thank you. So as you know, there are 4 sections in PT Academic. First is speaking. So when you go to the exam, you have speaking is the first topic. Then you have writing. Then you have reading, and then you have optional break. So you have to put your hands up if you want to break, and then the administrator will come to you if you want to break. I think you should take a break because that will fresh you up, a bit of blood circulation, and then you have a choice to do listening. So that's what you know about that anyway. So today we are going to learn is about speaking. Um, I hope my English is okay. I'm not too fast and I'm not too slow. So apologize for that. Speaking, you give an option for introduction. So you get 30 seconds to introduce yourself. There's no marks for that. So you just speak up about yourself, who I am. Let's say I'm Dilip. I'm doing PT exams for Australia immigration or whatever purpose you are, let's say for study visa. And then you can say who you are, where you're from, and all that. But make sure you are within your limit. You are not breaking up there. Let's say if you prepare for 25 seconds, and that will be enough for that. The first one we have is read aloud. Then we have repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, and answer short questions. As you can see on the top right hand side, I have given the syllabus for you. So that's a quick look. What are the options? Make sure before you go to exams, you just read all your options. So what you don't get surprised or anything. So read aloud is just speaking, um, reading aloud clearly as possible, maybe in a good phrase. So you're not reading the whole 2 lines of the sentence. You are just taking, let's say, 5 6 words and making it senseful, as if somebody is listening to you, rather than just speaking out. Does it make sense? So instead of just going through the whole 2 lines, you make sure you just read few words. There's a guidance. Now I think my email ID is shown incorrect there. I spelled Griglani incorrect. So if you just email me on the Skype ID, I'll forward that guidance note. There's a big PT guidance, how to speak, read aloud, and how to do it, all those things. That's the official guide I have. Anyway, read aloud is one of the most scoring, but it's difficult. You have the patience. You have a big words, so you have to make sure your pronunciation right. So it's easy scoring. Um, Another way of learning English is to listen to English videos and make sure if you are weak in English, then just read after, well, speak out after you listen to the video. Let's say if you're watching a movie, if the movie is about any love story or anything, and it's saying in dialogue, you just make a pause and repeat the sentence. So that will help you to build your vocabulary, build your confidence, to build your pronunciation as well. So that will help. So if you are very poor, I think, otherwise you just listen and try to speak out some days in front of the mirror. That is help as well. And there are a lot of videos on the YouTube to learn English. There are a lot of in the BBC News as well. So just try that as well for read aloud or speaking. Now repeat sentence. I hope you understand that it's a small question you get and you just have to answer. For example, you have a meeting tomorrow at tomorrow afternoon, or let's say the examiner may ask, the lecture is postponed to next Friday at 3 o'clock in theater 2. So you may not have heard the full sentence, but we may have heard half. So make sure you speak out what you listen, what you heard, and try to make sense of it. If you think closing your eyes is helpful, do that. Do whatever you can. Do meditation if you want. Do anything. I hope that makes sense. Well, describe image is one of the best I like the most, and I have shared a link of this uh, nice guy who has shown how to do a describe image. I actually learned from him. So there are two videos. I have learned the describe image. In describe image, you're not actually saying the percentages. Let's say if the graph is about changing of weather, uh, let's say it's Ireland, like Ireland has weather which is rains more in last 4 months of the year, last quarter of the year, October, November, and December. So if there's an increase in October, the rainfall is increased. So you say there's a significant increase, or there is a dramatic increase or drastic increase, instead of saying 20%. So that makes more sense, you know. So that will give more understanding that, oh yeah, he knows a bigger words, maybe like significant decline in month of January, and constant or steady growth, that sort of thing. Instead of, or you can say, oh yeah, if there is a pie chart, you can say 2/3 of the whole thing is increasing dramatically, or 1/3 has been reduced significantly. So that will help, instead of saying 20% has it gone down. No, that's a simple English. So you need more bigger words for that. And there is a nice video which will help you there. This is a great marks in there. You can actually gain a marks in this. So there is a guidance note as well. We'll go further. I hope it is makes sense what I'm saying. And then there is a retail lecture. Retail lecture, you have to listen to the lecture and you have to speak out the lecture. You're not making a decision or opinion or suggestion on that. You're just listening the lecture and repeating back the lecture. So I hope that makes sense. So instead of listen, when you're listening, obviously it's a big lecture. So let's say it's about global warming, and let's talk about Atlantic Ocean. It talk about global warming due to the industries in 20th century. In 1952, the industries grows in London, and there's a new act came in, London Act, whatever is there. So you make sure the numbers and the names are correct. Let's say they say 1952 or 20th century, or if they say Mr. John McCabe has done research, or there is a United Nations research, so you have that name right. So that will help you to gain marks, I think. The final one, the last one, is answer short questions. I have listed 200 questions which I got from PTE Academic book and the Macmillan book. Now I just literally wrote down. So I'm sorry I didn't do my own efforts, but that's just for you guys, to help you guys to see. So there are a few questions which will, you may not get the similar question, but something like that, you get the questions. So I have listed the questions and answers for you. We'll take any simple one. Like, they may ask you, name a month that falls between April and June, and that's May. That's simple. So you can look out the whole thing. There are so many of them. And so finally, we have a sum up there. Don't eat up the words while speaking. Just speak clearly as if you're talking to someone. Now, I am a bit fast, but I was fast in the exams as well. I wasn't slow. Listen carefully for singular or plural words, especially in short questions. So that, or repeat sentence even. So like, there are so many hospitals, so hospital and hospitals, there are twice. So, so it's like that. So you know what I mean. So you just make sure that the S at the end, you sound that as well. So that gives you more marks. In the read aloud, just say 2 lines, take a break after five to six words, and make a meaningful phrase. So let's say if there's a big sentence, you make sure you're not speaking out the full 2 lines, you're just breaking up to make it sense. So you're increasing your voice, or if there is a inverted comma highlighted something, so you make sure you put a stress on that. um, so if there is a, if there is a first sentence a bigger word, you make sure that you speak clearly, so as if the person is understanding instead of like speaking. So that's fine. Retelling lecture, you make sure you write the names as I mentioned, write down the full detail while you're listening, and then just speak out. Instead of giving any opinion, you just speak out the whole summary. Try to get the answer from that, what he's trying to say, what's the question he's trying to make to us, and then you have the whole. So once you understand what you're trying to say, you'll get the full understanding on that. So in answer short question, make sure you answer something even though you may have understood half question, or even you don't know the answer. Sometimes the answer is in the question. So let's say if they say this or that, so they may say that there are two things. Does the rain fall more in island or in the desert? So you may say isle, so that sort of thing. So sometimes the answer is in the question. So I hope you enjoyed it. Best of luck. I'm trying to, if I get a good feedback, I'll make another 3 for you. I am not expert on this. This is just a guidance. So this will give you a little hope. There are many videos and books materials available in the market. So I'll upload this video and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Just give a note of feedback on that. Thank you. Love you guys. Bye bye.